Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Top 5s, the only weekly Top 5 show you're currently watching, I hope. Anyways, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the top 5 YouTube channels you should be checking out that might make you better at snowboarding, or they might just make you a better snowboarder. There is a distinction between the two, and hopefully you know what that is. If you don't, well, maybe these channels can help you. Anyways, let's dive right into it. Number 5, Mobility Duo. Now hear me out on this. We're all getting older if you're watching this channel, because let's be real, no kids watch this, but they probably should. Which means we're all falling apart. Now the cool thing about this channel is that Mark is a doctor of physical therapy and his wife Sarah is a yoga instructor. When you combine the two, you get a recipe for building better muscle strength as well as flexibility. I have learned personally a bunch of exercises that keep me shredding 100+ days a year. Do you want to shred 100+ days a year? Then you need to be physically healthy. That's why Mobility Duo makes this number 5. The cool thing is watching them actually grow their audience and what they're doing to instill better health habits in us snowboarders so that we take care of ourselves so that we will ride to the ripe old age of 80, which right now is just a whole bunch of baby boomer skiers that are starting to die off, and we need them to die off, trust me. They're horrible. That's why we need snowboarders in control of this. So if you want to learn how to be flexible, get some good PT, strength training, and stuff like that, you need to be checking out Mobility Duo. I strongly recommend them. Number 4, Shredbots. Some of you need to be watching real snowboard content, and well, Torstein's channel over here hosts a magnitude of videos. You get everything from urban to backcountry and everything in between. And some of you need to have that stoke in your life so that you get amped up before you go ride, so you're not just thumb gunning monsters in the parking lot and rubbing your friends' balls and talking about how great you are before you slap your backpack speaker on. You know who you are. You shouldn't even be on this channel, but you're here, so I figure I might as well address you. But if you really do like watching snowboard content, it's a great resource for a lot of movies. A lot of great content is on there. And that just helps you get more ingrained in the snowboarding culture and understanding who's who and what they do for snowboarding. And you could also check out Torment Mag because they have a lot more urban rail riders on there too. It's great, both of those channels, but realistically, Shredbots, it's a good way to dip your toe in. Number 3 is gonna be a 3-way tie. And the reason for this is they all kind of cover the same ground. It's just, what do you do when you're trying to learn stuff to get better? Like, what is your style? Is it Tommy Bennett? Is it Nev from Snowboard Addiction? Or is it Malcolm Moore? All 3 of these guys have a great background in breaking down the technical aspects of tricks so that you can actually learn how to do stuff and not kill yourself. So it's kind of hard to pick one over the other. I think every one of them does a good job at what they're doing. Granted, Snowboard Addiction's done it the longest. I mean, I think they've been doing it 10+ years. Malcolm Moore has an instructing background. Tommy Bennett has a coaching background. Although you gotta watch out for Tommy Bennett because he does eat whole birds live. Seriously, watch the dude just grab a peregrine right out of the air on the chairlift and just swallow it whole. I mean, it looked like that scene from V, not the remake, the original from the 80s where they just like ate the hamster. That's what it looked like. But anyways, I digress. All 3 of these guys can actually help you become better at snowboarding. Like, I can't do that for you. I'll just make you a better snowboarder culturally. That's what I do. So that's why it's a 3-way tie. Check any one of these 3 guys out. Number 2, Absinthe Films. Now, if you really want to learn some history about snowboarding and see interviews with the people that have lived it, their microdose series is absolutely amazing for that. It kind of just goes through the history of Absinthe Films, people they've filmed, and people in snowboarding that have gotten us to the point that we're at. There are some really great, just mini documentaries on these people. It's a good way to just be like, hey, who is this person? Oh wow, I just learned a thing or two. So you should definitely check out Absinthe Films on YouTube. The microdose series, amazing. Honorable mentions, all great options, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. Casey Willax, professional snowboarder, professional vlogger, perfect middle ground. Plus, he's got a very upbeat attitude. I've known Casey since he was 18 years old. Just seeing where he's gone in snowboarding has been absolutely amazing. When people always ask me, they're like, is he really this positive in person? I was like, yeah, actually, he is this positive in person. He's truthfully one of the most positive people in the world, even when bad things happen to him. He needs to start locking his shit up more, though. I can't keep buying him GoPros every time his car gets broken into. Unstrapped Snowboarding, Andrew Brewer, professional snowboarder, rides for Death Label, used to ride for Tech 9, had some killer street parts, and his friend Jim Dunnigan, They host a weekly clip show going over stuff from Instagram, videos, cultural significance, and they talk about it. Sometimes you get a 30-minute episode, sometimes you get an hour-and-a-half episode, but you get everything in between. They typically do this at the start of the week and they do it live. You can usually catch me inside the chat talking shit to someone or talking shit about someone. Either way, definitely need to check it out. And then my third honorable mention is Shred Ahead Snowboarding. If you are over the age of 70, these are the guys for you. I love Jim and Ted. Absolutely great. They drop little nuggets of wisdom. They don't have the biggest following. It's probably not for everyone in all honesty, but they love snowboarding. They've done it forever. They have a great way of just being like that approachable grandfather that helps you understand what makes snowboarding work with just breaking down the dynamics of riding, as well as talking about what's going on up in Idaho. So you should definitely check those guys out. As I said, honorable mentions just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. And the number 1 channel you should be watching to make you better at snowboarding or a better snowboarder is The Bomb Hole. Chris Grenier and E. Stone's channel that just interviews different personalities inside snowboarding, as well as offering live commentary. Watching them grow the last few years, it's been amazing to just see how they've taken over the snowboard industry and how their cultural significance has expanded and how it is actually helping the current state we are in snowboarding and bringing us to a higher level. If you like interviews with current riders, old riders, team managers, photographers, filmers, this is a great podcast and channel to watch. You can listen to it in audio form or you can watch it on YouTube. Personally, I'm a visual guy, so I would be watching it on YouTube. They're all banged up. Live streams are great just for getting social commentary on everything that's going on. So you can't really fault them for being the #1 podcast in snowboarding now, and everything they're doing is absolutely amazing. Strongly recommend anyone that's just getting into snowboarding or people that have been in it for 20+ years to be checking it out. This has been my top 5 channels to watch on YouTube that will make you a better snowboarder or make you better at snowboarding. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did I forget one? Leave me a comment down below. I guarantee you I didn't forget one. I just excluded a bunch of people. Anyways, if you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and well, I've got to continue to be your host till the new guy starts. He's coming soon, at some point, I hope. I don't know, maybe I'm lying. Anyways, I'll see you in another video.